What's up, guys? Welcome back to Esk8Exchange, the podcast where we talk about MBoards, the electric skateboard industry, anything like e-skate related we feel like talking about. Today we've got Jacob in the studio, of course.
Hey, everybody.
Hello. James, you're back,
hey,
of course.
Hey.
Your tattoos and all, they're all here.
Yeah, and
showing them off.
Showing them off.
Sun's out, guns out, bro.
And then Maddie behind the
Lights
scenes,
on,
switching
lights
cameras.
on.
That's cool. Then we got Milo, who is absolutely pooped.
He's still exhausted.
He is so tired.
He got to go hang out in the mountains.
Chasing squirrels and stuff.
Yeah, he's super tired
Living
still.
the dog life.
So a couple updates, I guess we'll just get them right out of the way. I think a couple weeks ago we talked about we're stocking the Super Beast gear drives.
Yep.
We're just waiting on pivot cups from Riptide. So as soon as they get here, we get to launch. So that's super cool.
Those Riptides are nice.
They are really cool.
I'm ready to try them on our board.
I know, dude. It's gonna be so sick. But anyway, so that's the only update I have. Actually, I have one more update, I suppose. We recently got our last batch of samples for our decks, and we like them.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a matte version.
Love it.
We had asked for a matte version multiple times, and they just kept getting they kept sending us glossy. And we're like, no, send us a matte version.
Yes.
One time they sent us a glossy deck and a matte lid, and I was like, okay. I didn't get the full effect though. It's just the lid. I was like, okay, it looks cool, but
and
I
they
think
kept. There were a couple decks along the way, but then they would oh well, we kind of messed it up, or we did this, or we did that.
Yeah, they kept getting damaged. It was weird.
Mysteriously getting damaged.
Mysteriously, we never got our matte deck. Finally got our matte deck, and we pulled it out, and we were like, whoa, what the fuck?
It's nice.
That's nice.
It's a good looking board.
So we put it on Instagram, and when we asked people, what do you prefer, the matte or the glossy? And I feel like the glossy photographs better.
It does look good.
I think the matte, when you look at it on camera, it doesn't look as good, but when you see it in person, it's just like, what? Like, that looks amazing. Yeah. Guess how? So you guys probably know the results, but 70% of people preferred matte.
Yeah, isn't that Are there any other boards that are matte?
Not really.
No,
every forged carbon board out there is glossy. So I think people just like that it's different.
Yeah, it's new.
So I think my personal board will probably always be one of those prototype boards, because I'm not going to build myself a brand new board just because. But if I had to start over, I think I'd go with the matte. I think it looks pretty good.
It is.
I mean, technically, that one we have is still a prototype board. So
true. Yeah, we do have. So we have a single matte deck in the house right now.
Maybe that one stays in the fleet.
Yeah, in our family. Yeah,
it's got to.
I probably won't really have a personal board. I just think we'll have a fleet of boards, and I get to just pick which one I want to ride today.
Which one you feel like riding today,
man? So anyways, when we're about to order our full run of decks, and we're going to do I think we're going to bring the averages down a little bit. So I think we'll go, instead of getting 70% matte, I think we'll go like 60% or 65%.
60-40.
Because ultimately, I don't want to have so many of one version. I do want to kind of have split, but I do think we're definitely going to get more matte. Originally, we weren't going to get matte at all. We were just going to get glossy, but I think everybody made their voices heard. Yeah. They love the matte, so we got to do it. Yep. So that'll be just an extra option when you guys buy your boards. You can pick which one you want.
Matte or glossy.
Yep.
Matte looks like the Batmobile.
I know where I went. Yeah.
I know, too, because the matte, it's like, I don't know. It's just like,
it's the way that the finish looks. The forged carbon looks different when you have that gloss on it. Yeah. And it's almost like a raw forged carbon fiber Batmobile. Dude,
it's cool.
Like, what's up?
And it's going to be more scratch resistant. Because the gloss scratches It just shows scratches more. Yep. So I think it's going to look good. Now, if you are going to gecko germ it, it's going to go back to glossy.
Yeah, it'll look
Which is cool, though.
Which is kind of cool. Yeah.
Kind of makes it two-tone.
It's not going to contain, it's like a two-tone. Yeah. Anywhere where there is gecko germ will be glossy. Anywhere where there's not will remain matte.
It's going to be like racing stripes for the board.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. So
yeah, man.
Anyways, yeah. So it's kind of cool. So I'm excited. We're doing that. We're gonna go forward with the matte.
Yeah, that's dope.
And you know what's? I have one more thing about our decks. And so, if anyone knows me, I get like hyper fixated on certain things.
On shit once you get
certain things. Right. Jacob's face says it all. I get hooked on thinking about something and I can't stop until it's complete, until I do it.
Would we call it an obsess? Does he obsess or does he like OCD type deal?
No, I think he just gets like hyper focused and that it like consumes his brain. Yeah.
So, and this is the only reason why the Escatecon ever existed, because I was like, you know what? And I started thinking about it and I couldn't stop thinking about it. And I was like, if we don't do it, I'll never
Right.
I'll never stop thinking about it. So that's why the only reason why Escatecon exists.
The good news is, though, you can always tell if Mike thinks it's a good idea because he'll be like, okay, well, let's fucking do it right now.
Bam.
Or you tell him something, he's like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. And then he's like, right over his head. I'm like, hey, remember that thing we talked about? I'm not sure what you're talking about.
So where's he going with this? What are you obsessing with, bro?
So when we made our decks, I designed them. I wanted them.
Dicks.
I wanted,
we made our dicks.
That's right. When we made our decks, our new decks with a double stack.
Yeah.
Right? I wanted it to be thick enough or deep enough for a double stack, but I didn't want it to be so deep where it was like
where it's
fat
like thick
or
and
chunky,
dude,
and which she's kind of a thicker girl, but she's not like ridiculous.
You wouldn't really know it, though.
You wouldn't really know it. I think once you're on it, only when you get really low and you're looking at the profile view does she look kind of thicker.
Yeah.
Or maybe when you have a direct comparison of a single stack next to it, maybe she looks thicker, but otherwise, why is this boy a girl? I don't know. She's too pretty, probably.
Yeah.
She's too pretty to be a guy.
She's
got more holes
dude.
than
She's
boys
purdy. She's purdy.
That's what qualifies.
Right? And we don't want to sit here talking about our boards like they're dudes.
Oh gosh. So anyway,
I rode my dude today.
Yeah, right?
So in efforts to keep the deck thinner or it's not so deep, we said, you know what, we'll do a double stack, like an offset double stack.
Okay.
So we're like, okay, let's do that. I don't know what math I did that was incorrect that made it all the way through production and all the way through that once you throw like your wire on top, the thickness of the wire makes it so that it doesn't shut anymore.
The top didn't shut down.
So we were like, okay, we'll move all the wiring to the sides. So we have plenty of room. Again, it just wasn't quite fitting.
Okay.
And I was like, what the hell? What are we going to do? This is like a very, very expensive mold. Like
we were like a millimeter
shy
tall and a millimeter shy left
like
and right.
I was like, I don't understand what happened. Because we had 3D printed the whole thing. We had verified it. Like, I don't know what happened. Because usually when you 3D print something, it shrinks.
Okay.
So if it fits, when you 3D print it, it'll fit in real life.
Okay.
Unless it needs to be smaller than whatever you're working on. Anyways, in our case, bigger would be fine.
Okay.
So we all got that to work, and I was like, I don't know what happened that it doesn't fit in there anymore. So Jacob's like, have you just put a true double stack in there yet? And I'm like, no, it's not going to fit. And he goes, did you try it? I go, no. He throws a double stack in there, and it closes up beautifully.
Oh,
and I'm like,
Jacob, dude.
What?
Huh.
So bottom line is sometimes like the hyper fixating, like I had been so focused on making sure that was an offset double stack pack that I had totally made myself believe that I had tested and verified that a true double stack would not work.
Okay.
Even though I had never actually tested it.
Yeah.
I just told myself I don't know what happened. Huh. But it just kept slipping through the cracks.
So I think I know partially what happened, though, was when we built the first pack, we did the offset double, but we left the V in the middle. Remember, we did the packs opposing each other?
Right.
So it would fit on the sides, but when we got to the middle of the deck, that's where we had that 1 millimeter left and right. So we were never able to put a lid totally on to see where the fitment and everything. So we never really...
True.
We were one step short, basically. Which
sucked. Anyway, but our issue with our offset is that the pack's just like too wide.
Okay.
But then when you do a true double stack, everything is way like the savings that you get height wise and you offset is like barely anything really. But the width that you gain from doing an offset is a lot.
Okay.
You gain a full cell on either side because you have pretty much a half cell on one side, half cell on the other. So all of a sudden when we straightened it back out, we have tons of room on the side, all for our cabling, all for our series connections. Like it just fits
much better.
So nicely. And there's enough room to run our balance leads across the top of the pack instead of the sides. So we're like, okay.
All right.
Even better.
It just fits. And also when I built one offset pack just for our buddy Andy, he's got the first pre-production board.
Man, that board looks good.
I did an offset pack for him, and that shit was the worst. I will never build a pack like that ever again.
Yeah, dude,
a traditional offset is not the problem. Yeah. We did offset with the wiring on the sides, and there's no way to hold this pack while you solder it. So I had this pack at a 70-degree angle, like in the air,
hold stuff. Jacob was over there holding stuff. I'm holding some stuff.
Wild, dude. Yeah. It was
fun. That was fun to watch you make that.
It was a horrible experience. Yeah. But now with the regular offset, they just stand up.
Yeah.
They just stand up. Okay. There's not a big deal anymore.
It doesn't take 3 people.
It doesn't take 3 people to do it. It's
I would give Milo some thumbs, prosthetic thumbs.
Right.
Anyways, I'm just because I was super disheartened to see that our deck wasn't I was thinking for a second it wasn't going to work. Yeah, I'm like, oh geez, it's not going to work. That's a lot of money, and because we can modify a mold.
Yeah.
You have to take the giant mold, bring it back to a CNC, and as long as your mold or as long as the hole you're going to make is larger than the existing one, you can continue to cut the excess material out. Now, if you have to change a mold and add material, you're pretty much screwed. Okay. You can't really add to a hole because you have your mold is the inverse of what your item is. So as long as your item's getting bigger, your mold's hole is getting bigger, so you can route out or mill out the remainder. So that works. So if we had to do a new mold or modify our mold, we could. It would just cost us a couple $1,000s more to do it, and it would just suck. But we were like, I don't know. I was just super disheartened that I made it all the way through. Thought I did all my verifications,
and it just
still came down to 1 or 2 mils off.
Okay,
but
it's all right.
Jacob's here to go.
Yeah,
Jacob's here to slap me in the back of the head and go, dude, have you have you physically done this yet?
Smack, and Jacob is, yeah.
Yeah, because I kept going, no, dude, I checked this. I checked this. He goes, I'm checking it. I stick it in there, threw the lid on there, and I was like,
all right.
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, here we are. Yeah, so that's all. Because at the convention, everyone's like, oh, can you throw double stack? I said, yeah, but it has to be offset. In reality, I'm like,
it didn't have to be.
It didn't have to be, and actually, it shouldn't be. Yeah. It's more of a pain in the ass if it is. So, anyways,
and this is good, honest, how we're getting to certain things. We don't have the ability to model, and do all these things exact. It would just take us for days. We don't have teams to do it. We don't have a whole factory that says, this doesn't work. And we tried it. It's physically us each time.
You have to do it each time.
And that means the cost of an entire battery pack or whatever. It's just not.
Research and development. R&D, man. It gets expensive.
Right? Like Tony Stark said, R&D.
I did put some glue on a bee the other day.
Glue on a bee?
What? Oh.
Nobody?
Glue on
I got it. No, I got it. I got it. Okay.
Gosh, glue can we on a bee the other day.
Yeah.
And it died. Step Brothers, come on!
Man. Is that really from
when they were doing research? Yeah.
R&D. I don't remember that.
When they were trying to, at the very end, they were trying to make their company.
Yeah.
Nate, or what is it? Worldwide.
Prestige Worldwide.
Why? Are you guys on my boat? Boats and hoes, man. At the Nina.
I've seen that movie 100 times, and I still don't.
Really?
I don't remember that quote.
It took me after the second time he said it. I was like, "Yep, Step Brothers."
I think that movie they talk so fast, and they're just it's such nonsense that half of it.
Wait till you see Super Troopers, bro, and then we can start doing the Super Troopers quotes. Are we gonna do Super Troopers for Halloween?
We're gonna need to.
Did we tell Mike about this?
I don't know.
Halloween costumes.
It's still July, so I'm not even worried about it yet.
Yeah, it's a little early.
Close to Halloween.
So now, along with my hyperfixation, I'm on CNC machines now.
Oh,
so
that's where I'm at now. You talk about that for a couple of days. What's going on? What's the news?
No, we're just waiting so we can buy one.
Okay.
We're buying one.
Oh,
the moment we got funds in order, we're buying it.
Pulling the trigger.
Yeah. I've learned, I think, everything I can without the machine physically being here.
Right
now, I got to get it in here and break some tools and stuff before.
Feel comfortable, and then you and Jacob get running that thing.
But I've learned a lot in the last month. I think it's about a month now.
Yeah.
And I continue to learn.
Fixated on his bamboo deck and enclosure.
That's the next one.
Yeah, that's the next one. Once the carbon deck's done, we'll go on to bamboo and we'll get a wooden one. Because the carbon deck's nice.
Yes.
But it's going to be a little more expensive than I think some people are willing to spend on a board.
Okay.
And now I think the price is right. I think the price is going to be good. I just think still people are looking for a board that's
a little bit cheaper,
$1,500 or $1,600, not $2,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so we've been training a new battery dude. He's been doing great. We've gone through between him, between all of us doing battery stuff. We've ended up accumulating tons of just cells that are just no good anymore.
Oh yeah,
and we were like, what do we do with all of these? Yeah. So we're looking into it. Apparently in the state of Nevada, there is no laws against just throwing batteries away, which is wild to me. But I just didn't feel right throwing copious amounts of lithium batteries into the garbage can and potentially having a garbage truck set on fire or something. I don't want to ruin someone's day like that. So
from the federal level, the EPA,
I'm sure there is
suggestions, and there are definitely things that we should be following. But yes,
but anyway, we were like, what do we do with all these? A lot of these places, you call them up and that'll cost $45 a pound in in recycling. Someone's here, we got delivery.
One dude was going to give me money for batteries. I was like, hell yeah, this is great. Right?
Yeah. I swear, every time we sit down, Milo, buddy, it's like a repeat of last week.
Hey, Milo.
Yeah.
Pizza man.
Yeah, right. It'd be nice if we were getting pizza delivered right now, right?
I had some.
So anyway, we're trying to figure out where we're bringing these. Okay. Jacob gets on his fancy Google and finds out that you can just bring them to a Home Depot or a Lowe's. They'll take them.
Right. For free.
Yeah.
Not charge us or nothing.
No.
What?
No, because we had called several battery places and they wanted to charge us to recycle them.
Yeah, I would think.
I'm like
hazard material fee or something.
So, but as long as they're under 11 pounds.
Yeah. So the company is called Call to Recycle, and they've partnered with various retailers, things like Home Depot, Lowe's. I'm sure there's a gamut of others, but they have, when you walk in, and I found these at the return area at Lowe's, but they're just giant blue cardboard trash
boxes.
Yeah, because they're boxes, but they're big, and then they have this little hole in the top, and they have some rules. But you're supposed to take your batteries, put them in a plastic bag, take that plastic bag, and throw it into the corresponding hole. One being like household batteries, one being rechargeable, one being non-rechargeable, blah blah blah. So you kind of just have to follow the instructions.
Cool.
But yeah, so the other rule was under 11 pounds. So I laughed a little bit, which is it's a big battery, but I'm assuming it eliminates car batteries.
Right.
And like golf cart batteries, things like that, which are pretty.
So I think even beefy. Our 12S8, that might be over 11.
Yeah.
That might be over 11.
So, but what and
but you should be able to. But you could take a 12S8 and disassemble that down into all the P groups easily by snipping all the series connections.
Correct. Which for them there was no other requirement. It wasn't didn't have to be broken down into single cells. And God bless this chick, but like they didn't have any plastic bags. Right.
Oh my God.
And so I'm kind of like looking around. What do we do here? I didn't get a whole lot of guidance, and some of our batteries were did have nickel already on them, and they, had some leads. So I did some snipping, but there was some exposed, batteries with active nickel on it. So I was even worried about putting in the trash bag. The bin was full. The bin was full. So it was kind of I would just be shoving them anyways. And I had a 10S3P. I took an assortment of batteries to see if they'd say, well, we'll take those.
Yeah, but we won't take the other ones.
Can't take those, right?
Just to see.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I turn around. I'm like, hey, do you have any of these plastic bags? And, she kind of looked at me and she goes, well, just bring them over here. They're all going in the back anyways. Okay. That's fine. Okay. So I had them in this big plastic bin. I take them out very nicely, set them on the counter, very careful. And I said, just be careful. Some of these are active, they're exposed nickel. You don't want to touch this. And I swear, she just scooped him up like it was nothing.
Right?
Threw him in her arms. She's like, okay, thanks. No idea. And turned around and just walked away. My jaw just dropped.
Right? Oh my God.
Like, oh my God.
No idea
this
what
is fantastic.
She was.
I can't wait to see the pile of batteries in the back of this place. Right? So again,
whoa,
there are these recycling opportunities. But I think there's still a lot of knowledge and a lot of teaching that needs to be done.
So from now on, we need to just have them pre-bagged.
Take extra steps.
We'll take them pre-bagged to them so that way there's no...
And the pack I took that was exposed was one little 3-pack.
Okay.
The rest were covered. We had protected them, but we're going to fish tape them from now on. I mean, if they're not going to take the steps, like we said, we don't want to be responsible.
I don't want to
feel oh, hey, the local Lowe's burnt down.
Yeah. What? Right? Oh,
what are you talking about? And then looking into, we've seen, not to get too far out, we've seen the fire sacks fail.
Yeah, they don't work.
Nobleman Tech bags fail.
They don't work.
So we're trying to go down into more of a commercial fire retardant, fire cabinet, basically.
Yeah.
So we're doing a little research on those.
Yeah.
But we need something just not necessarily for the new batteries, for the boxes. We're in a fairly climate controlled warehouse, but it's once we get into the construction or when we're getting these batteries in for service that they're just shit,
right.
They're salt water everywhere. That's sketchy to have in the warehouse. So
well, one thing we're trying to work on is we've got a lot. So our battery packs, they kind of go through a process. They get, they're batched, but not really because they're kind of made to order, but we kind of try to, anyways, at any given point, you walk back in the warehouse and there is 10 half completed batteries. So a lot of them, they've got their series connections done, but they don't have the balance leads or anything on them yet. And we're trying to figure out how to store these packs, while they're moving through the process of getting built, because like right now you walk back there and there's a table full of just half complete battery packs. And it's like, that's not the way that it needs to be. So we're trying to like figure out like if we want to do like each battery gets set on a tray and the tray is in like a big cabinet or something, or trying to figure out how to like make that where it's a little safer for us to just be walking around back there.
Yeah.
If we could just get like the lunch tray, like cafeteria.
Yeah.
You know, and just have like 20 of those, and a battery never leaves that tray until it's done. It just that's how it moves.
That's a good idea. And then we'll just have to get a rack that can hold
just stack
trays.
Okay,
we'll look into that.
Go to a school.
Anything. Yeah, we'll just go
rob a school.
I told them that. I said, well, we just need to like go check out a school or like restaurant supply, and that's like the little where they make cookies.
That could work. That could work actually. Yeah.
So we need them plastic, not metal.
Of course.
Oh yeah,
plastic trays.
So, all right, we'll figure that out. Our battery infrastructure, we're really trying to like amp that up.
Yeah, amp it up. Get it going. Nice little play on words.
So anyways, we're working on that, you know, but okay, so Escatecon 2023.
It's coming already.
When is it?
Dude, so it's July now, and everyone's like, well, Escatecon was only 3 months ago. What, you know,
when's the next one? Why is it not planned?
Well, yeah, we need to start, right now. But we do need to start getting things moving. So we're going to make an official save the date announcement on our social channels soon. But for all you guys listening, it's going to be the last weekend of March, which is the 24th and 25th.
Yep.
Saturday, Sunday
Save
in Las Vegas.
Yep.
So book your travel. Those are the official convention dates, but we're going to have like unofficial stuff planned probably Monday through Friday as well.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think we'll be doing as much like last minute stuff.
No,
this year.
We want to have a schedule packed from Monday to Sunday.
There we go.
Now, Saturday and Sunday will be the only official days.
Yeah.
But Monday through Friday, I'd like to just have miscellaneous meetups planned. I'd like to try to get the vendors all together one night for
that'd be cool.
like
a dinner
or a party or something.
Strip club,
Rager.
Something. I don't know. But we're going to, anyway. So mark your guys' calendars. It's going to be in Las Vegas. 24th and 25th of March. We will sell tickets for it eventually.
Yes.
They will be similarly priced to last year. We're not going to price gouge. We're going to make it affordable, but we do need to make sure we raise enough money to put on an awesome event.
There we go. What happens at Escatecon stays at Escatecon, except for herpes. That one will go.
That'll go home with you. Yeah.
I guess I never left, so I'm good.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, we're all good. Yeah. Escatecon, bear disposal. Okay, one thing we talked about, and I've been wanting to do this. I wanted to plan like an Eskate road trip.
Okay.
Where we go and like visit. I want to go and visit all these different vendors. Like I'd love to go check out the Riptide setup.
Okay.
Where they're pouring all their bushings.
Yeah.
I'd love to go see that.
It'd be see how cool. They're doing it.
I'd love to go visit La Croix up in Canada and see what their new warehouse looks like.
Ooh,
that would be cool.
That'd be nice. Go down to
where
Portland.
Else? Portland. I'd love to go see Hoyt setup.
That's the East
cool.
capital.
We got to see Evolves. That was kind of cool.
We've seen Evolves now. We've seen Evolves.
Move on past that.
Yeah.
And I'd love to just go see all these different places because I just think it would be I think it'd just be learn a lot.
Yeah.
How maybe we should run our place, but also I just would love to go see everyone's setup.
Yeah.
I think I'm just very interested by like how everyone's shop.
Anybody on the East Coast?
Oh.
You know,
that's a question for Fred.
I don't know if there's any major vendors out there. I think skating has just got such deep roots in Cali that it's almost all West Coast.
I know that there's little shops.
There's DIY-electricskateboard.com or Torqueboards. They are in Texas. I'd go see him.
And then isn't somebody? I thought one of those shops is up in Jersey.
Boreas is up in Jersey.
Yeah, but I thought one of the online guys was.
Well, One Stop Board Shop is up there too, and I know that they're like
online
guy.
Well,
no, he's not.
No, so a lot of these guys are they're online
listen
retailers.
To me when I asked the question,
they're online retailers, but I wouldn't necessarily just like describe them as e-skate vendors.
Right.
Like Boreas is up and coming. They've got a lot of cool stuff in the works, but like they're still like they only sell like one or two things. Still, they got a lot running. Like they got a lot in the works, but. I don't know if I'd necessarily consider him a vendor quite yet.
Okay.
I mean, he is, but like not someone where like, oh, let's go visit his thing because obviously I think his setup's probably pretty cool, but he's got a lot more background in like machining and other industries, I think still. But otherwise,
dude freaking builds race cars. You kidding me?
Yeah, I'd love to see I'd love to see how he does just any of that.
Right.
And then the bushings too. I'd love to see how they get made.
Brad's spot's probably pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'd love to see how they do.
Yeah, I'd just like to see how everything
we go to Chai Battery.
Loaded. Oh, Chai Batteries. I would like to go see Chai Batteries. I'd like to go see Loaded.
Where they're in Cali, right?
Loaded?
No, Chai Batteries are
Chai
in
Batteries
California.
in Chicago.
Chicago. See, we could go from the West Coast all the way to
CHI is Chicago and Chai Battery.
Oh, is that why it's called Chai Batteries?
It is.
Oh, God, it all makes sense. The dots are starting to come together.
Honestly, in a lot of those places, I think they're just so stoked to have other people who have similar interests that they probably have no problem with us. Like, rolling
Come
up.
on in, man. We could really.
I mean, I'd schedule it, but I'd love to go and like hang out for a day.
Yep.
Like let me work for you for free. Taking copious notes.
Like,
how are we gonna do this?
Cameras all over, hats.
Yeah, we all got.
I swear we're not recording
anything.
anything.
Code words and stuff. The big glasses.
No, but like a lot of those teams are super cool people, and I'd literally go work for them for free for one day. For a day. Just be part of it for a day. I think it'd be cool.
That'd be dope.
So
I mean, I think
we'd start in Cali and end in. We could start in Cali and end in New York.
Realistically, it wouldn't be a road trip. I'd be flying everywhere.
I'll tell you how big industry.
Hop on the PJ.
And these like big companies, when competitors show up, man, they don't give a shit. They're not worried about. Well, they're gonna look at the machine we have over there.
Yeah.
If they want to know, they're gonna find out.
They're gonna
find out. You know, like it's like healthy competition.
Well, and I don't really consider a lot of.
It's not even competition.
Yeah,
right? It's not even really competition. It's camaraderie. Like it's being a successful business in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't go to conventions and everybody go around beat on their chest. Like I'm talking big industry. Nobody does that and says, "Look who I am. I'm better than." No, they go there to meet everybody else because you never know the connection you might make.
Right.
You never know that if two e-skate companies with the right idea turn into a car company.
Ooh.
And now these dudes make millions and billions because they're like, well, shit, dude, I kind of had this idea and I had that idea and we both have some money, so let's try this. It becomes, things grow, things change. So it's always beneficial to open the doors a little bit.
It was cool having Jason from Super Beast here in the shop. I think it was fun, and I feel like he did enjoy coming by.
Yeah.
It's always cool to meet other people from other parts of the industry.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And their drive's pretty cool.
I still think there's a lot of people that think we just like sit around and fuck off all
and don't do anything.
There's so many people who think that.
You guys are pretty busy, man.
I think on average I spend 50 to 60 hours a week in the shop, not including the stuff I do at home. Because I'm obviously constantly having to do things digitally or whatever on my phone, but that's my average right now.
Yeah.
So
I would concur with
working.
You, sir.
Yeah, you guys are putting in hours. Yeah, for sure.
But anyways, so I think that used to be a lot of fun. And now we probably could have checked off Hoyt's off the list had we been going in.
Yeah, unfortunately, we won't be able to make that. There's just too many little.
Maddie is very pregnant now.
Yes.
So I cannot leave.
No,
otherwise
I'd
here. Go.
You're here.
But I'm stuck here until I'm not mad about it. I'm just saying
the whole trip costs like tripled in a month too. Like overnight, it seemed like everything just went bonkers.
Well, I was planning on potentially going, but then I was like, I don't know how Maddie's gonna feel. You know, she's on month 8 of pregnancy right now.
Listen, stick around.
So have we talked about that? Have we said on the podcast?
Not really.
Well, okay. Well, I'm having a baby, guys.
Yeah. Boom. Congrats, man.
Close your ears, Milo.
So anyway, Maddie's on like month. She's on what, week 29?
Yeah.
So 2 months ago, when we maybe could have planned this trip for a decent price, we were just like, we were unsure of what Maddie was going to be like, how she's going to feel. So we're like, we'll just wait. And now we're probably at the point where we maybe could have gone, but now it's just like,
What's been fun though is
you can do it a year or two down the road.
Year. I 100% want to go next year.
Yeah.
I just, given the baby circumstance, I just can't. I can't leave.
Yeah.
I feel bad though because it's like Jeff came all the way out to our event.
Yeah.
And I just feel like bad for not going to his. But I think you'll understand. I'm gonna shoot him a message though. Let him know. Actually, he might even see this. Depends on how current he is on his podcast. But I do feel bad. I did want to go and support them. So if you guys are in the Portland area, you guys all should go up there.
Yeah.
Their info is on Hoyt's Instagram page, so you guys should go check that out.
I'm gonna miss our daily baby game. What is the baby today? So some days once it was an avocado and then
what is it right
now?
It's well, she's 3 pounds.
3 pounds.
Yeah.
So it's like a personal size watermelon.
She's about 16 inches, but they're saying she's as big as a Mr. Potato Head or
Mr.
a cauliflower.
That's curled up though, right?
Yeah. Cauliflower.
Yeah, like a head of cauliflower.
So she's like curled into a ball.
But she's like 16 inches long, so I guess that's
That's more like a spaghetti swash or something, you know.
Well, and so have you ever seen like the pictures of the babies from like when it's a sperm until when it's born?
Wow.
When it's born, how many transformations it goes through? Like it looks like a little tadpole and a little frog and then a little alien. Then it finally turns into this little human thing, and then like bam, it's here.
Yeah, yeah, cool. That's crazy.
Yeah, women go through a lot carrying babies. Props to you.
Yeah. So Maddie hasn't skated. Maddie hasn't skated in months.
I haven't been able to ride the prototype ever.
No.
Oh, that's
she
true.
Hasn't been on it.
I was also pregnant at the convention, so I wasn't able to ride anything there.
Yeah, so Maddie hasn't skated in like literally 8 months.
8 months.
Oh. So I couldn't even imagine. Dude. I go 2 days and I didn't skate for 2 days. Got to skate today.
She's all right.
You're getting kicked off this couch.
But I do wish I could ride the new board. I did step on it a couple times in the warehouse and got immediately screamed at. So.
Yeah, get off that thing right now.
Scream that.
Oh man, I itch after 2 days of not skating. I have to.
Yeah, so as soon as Maddie's able to, I'm excited for her to ride it. Right? Because it's cool. It's a fun board for sure. But then so we'll have to figure out. How young do you when do you think Olive? You have a daughter. Yeah, she's about 6 months old.
She's 7 months old.
7 months old now. When do you think she'll be skating?
I've been putting on the board already. As soon as Brooke leaves, me and the baby sit on the board for a little bit and hang out and everything. But honestly, it's the thing that I worry about is if she falls off.
Yeah.
Protection. You know, so now you got to find a helmet that's going to fit little baby's head, and they just don't really like make them unless they're like special helmets.
Because I feel like when do you see these little kids at like snowboarding? They're like two, right?
I say two.
So my buddy in Hawaii had a 1-year-old on a skateboard yesterday.
Ah, see,
wow.
There we go.
I mean,
I would love to do one.
A kid can stand. Technically, it can ride a skateboard. Yeah. It's not gonna ride very good.
No,
you're probably not gonna turn or stop or do anything else.
They're usually walking around one.
Right.
Well,
so Olive is usually a little earlier than boys.
Yeah, because Olive is already starting to try to walk and run.
You're teaching balance.
Right.
You're teaching balance and that feeling of being going sideways.
I'm saying
that's the weirdest feeling to learn when you get older. Is trying to point.
2-year-olds are not very coordinated.
No,
right.
No.
So.
But I say, 2 years old, we can start putting her on the board, ride around.
Just to give her a little.
You know, like kind of stand up, hold on to daddy's legs, put a helmet on.
Go real slow.
Yeah, we'll just go a mile an hour. And that way, if something does, I can just easily pick her up or step off. You know,
or if she literally fell, she'd be fine.
Yeah. You know, she's my kid, so I'm telling you now, she's already taken a coat. Dude, she nailed the door the other day, bro, and looked at me and laughed. I was like, cool. Yeah.
Like,
what happened?
We did way worse things.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm so bruised up. My parents told me to go play in the street.
Remember sitting on the front of handlebars of bikes?
Yeah,
I did that when I was
man.
Like 5. My brother's like, here, hop on.
Yeah, right.
You know what's crazy? We were never allowed to do that because my grandfather was riding on the front of someone's handlebars and fell, and the wheel cut the whole inside of his man bits way up.
I bet.
So he had to get a whole bunch of stitches and stuff.
That's a reason to not do that.
Yep,
for sure.
So we were never allowed to do that as a kid.
Ooh,
actually, maybe we were allowed to do it, but they told us that story, so we wouldn't do it.
Yeah, right. And then you maybe didn't do it after that anymore.
I did not do that. We would ride on the back of pegs.
Yeah.
That would be, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, man, we're not that old. Jeez, right?
If a skateboard had a baby, would it start as a tadpole?
Tech deck rope.
Right?
It started
as a tech deck. Little fingerboard. Oh, man. What did you do with sports did you ride BMX and skateboarding or anything?
So I actually had a road bike.
Okay.
I didn't have a BMX. Well, I had like a regular, when I was a kid. Yeah. When I was a kid, like an actual child, I had like a regular bike.
Yeah.
It wasn't a BMX or anything. It was just like a regular, I don't know. And then when I was older, I had an interest in like cycling a little bit. So I actually had like more of like a performance.
Your brother rode bikes too a little, yeah?
Yeah. So we all had like more of a road bike, not like a fuck around bike.
You never really like skateboarded, huh?
I never skated.
What about
never
you, Jacob?
skated.
Did you ever like skateboard?
I think my parents.
I played too much baseball.
I think my parents kind of had they had the issues with skaters.
Yeah. Oh, all skaters are punks.
A lot of parents. Yeah. So we never really skated. And I'll agree that a lot of skaters are
right. I know I was on a skate when I was skating and I was younger. I was a little heathen, but I was a heathen no matter what.
So I don't mind that, but no, I didn't really skate. Maddie longboarded a little bit.
I did skate as a kid.
Yeah,
and then middle school-ish, I got into longboarding.
There we go.
Yeah,
actually, my first longboard's still here.
I had scooters.
Yeah.
I had the razors, like kick push razor scooters for a long time. We had those. Everyone in our neighborhood had those.
Yeah, I think that's what's cool about the electric skateboarding is it's like when you were younger and you didn't get to skateboard, or if you just never really got a skateboard and now you're older and you don't have to kick push it. Now you got a remote, you know, and so it just like makes the skateboarding that much more fun.
I just like the stigma of not having to do tricks.
Right. Well, because
I don't have to do any tricks.
Me and you talked about that one day, Jacob. So me and Jacob were at a skate park. I was like, "Did you ever skate?" And he's like, "Nah, man, not really." And whenever I would try to, I would do tricks. I'm too big. I can't do them.
Okay.
That's how I was when I was skateboarding. All my friends got real good, and I couldn't do the tricks. So I just kind of moved on to a different
fun if that's all they're gonna do. That's why I don't have the appeal of a one wheel. I want to go. I don't want to play around and jump on curbs.
More about traveling.
I love the whole jumping up curbs.
Destroy things if I do that.
Well, I've already destroyed my one wheel.
Imagine being twice your size. Like,
so what's your story with your one wheel?
So my one wheel got it 269 miles in. Right? They just finally
sent me an email.
Pine X. And I thrash this thing, but I ride it hard.
Yeah, but not as hard as I've seen other people do it.
Yeah, a lot of other people really thrash theirs. Like, I don't do big jumps, big drops, or anything like that. It's up curbs, down curbs, stalls.
I feel like that's regular stuff.
Yeah, so the other day, it just shuts off while I'm going up the curb. It just shuts off. Anyways, BMS is fried. 269 miles in. Takes me 2 weeks to get an email from One Wheel saying, hey, you can ship your board in now.
Wow. That sucks.
You might get it back in a year.
Yeah, I might get it back in a couple weeks, but
hopefully that 2 weeks was them being ready to take your board and ready to work on it, so they send it back quick.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the turnaround rate is 3 to 7 days.
Okay, that's not bad for service. That's not that bad.
And so
they're paying to get it back and ship it.
Except it took fucking 2 weeks to answer. Well, 3 to 7 days is now 21 to 30.
Right.
So I mean, and it's almost too hot to be riding that thing. You know, it's like.
It is hot out.
115 degrees.
I think I posted on my story the other day. It was we had been driving in the car for a little while, and the temperature was 122 degrees.
Yeah, 120 just 2 days ago.
I was like, we ain't skating today.
No, not at all. Like, I'll be skating home today, but I'll tell you right now, I'm going to be half naked.
I actually think I did end up riding that late that afternoon.
Did you?
Yeah, and it was hot. ESC was like 144.
When I get home, my
motors were 180. I was like,
oh, God.
That's
warm, bro.
I just got to get to the downhill part. Yeah.
Because I know when I skate home from here, in the afternoon, my motors are cooking. My board, you can feel my board. Like Brooke will come and feel it. Yep,
dude,
my feet are hot. My feet but Brooke will touch my shoes. She's like, dude, go get in the cold shower. And I do. I go in, get in the cold shower. She'll bring me a bottle of water, and I cool off for a couple minutes.
That's cool
because it's warm. Oh, God bless her heart.
Well. Thank you guys for being. I think it's all the time we've got today. It's a quick one today. We are busy on the shop. We don't have time to sit here and talk for an hour. Today. We have just enough time.
Yes.
Otherwise, we got to get to work.
Hey guys, just want to say hi. Sponsors.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah, the short
we do have our
show is
sponsors
brought to you by
X8Sportscbd.com. Ding 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 ding
ding ding ding ding ding ding.
No, go over to the website X8Sportscbd.com. Also AppleCBDPlus.com. Use the code Esk8Exchange, just like you see it on that little headline above you.
Yep.
You'll see the link below. You'll get 20% off by you guys purchasing from their website. Gets you a discount. It also gives us a little bit of cash, so they're nice enough. They're actually technically giving a 30% discount. We just happen to get 10% of your money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
It's all good.
And that all goes back into...
That keeps the lights on and keeps us interested.
Yep. More Esk8 stuff.
Yes, we will still be blowing up batteries.
Yes.
Sorry, we got you guys all excited.
Yeah, we are.
I can't wait for this.
I didn't throw them all the way. We only threw away a couple to see kind of if we can recycle, but we do have a plan.
Do we have a plan on how we want to blow them up? Can we get the viewers?
I just said we have a plan, and then you said, do we have a plan?
I get so excited about blowing shit up that all I heard was blow shit up, and then I just couldn't wait to ask about what it is.
We have a plan to make a plan.
Okay, cool.
Okay. How about that? And then we're going to blow some shit up.
Leave it up to James to fuck something up.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Yep. We're here every Saturday morning, so we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
And see you later.
Yep. Deuces.
See ya.